I'm Mike St. Clair. Welcome to the Screamfreak Rewind. In today's Magic Revealed tutorial, I'm going to teach you guys how to make things levitate. Now, I'm not talking about a levitating card trick either. I'm talking about having the ability to levitate and animate small everyday items at a moment's notice. Now, I'm probably going to get some heat for this video, and that's fine, because you see, it's like this. If you're serious about learning magic and you want to take your magic to the next level by performing effects that some of the bigger named street magicians are using, then you're going to need this information. And if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, the chances of you coming across it on accident are very slim. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you guys that information so you can make levitations a part of your routine. Now, before we go any further, I don't want to waste any of your time, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that if you plan on adding these levitations to your routine, there's a good chance you may have to go out and get something before you can start performing. But the good thing is, it's easy to obtain, it's fairly inexpensive, and you can even make your own. So with that being said, I'm going to get into a couple effects that you can do, and then I'm going to show you guys exactly what you're going to need to do to be performing these illusions as well. So if you guys are ready, let's check it out. Okay guys, here we have a rubber band. Now this can be borrowed or it can be your own. If we take the rubber band and place it in our hand just like so, take our finger, kind of run it along the side of the rubber band, we can actually build up enough static to actually make it lift up just a little bit. You see that? And if we're good, we can completely make it float just like that. That is the levitating rubber band. Now this is one of my favorite effects. You borrow a dollar bill or a $5 bill from a spectator, and you take it and you crease it down the middle, and with a little bit of static you can actually get the bill to periodically float for a short amount of time, and that is the levitating bill. You guys ready to learn how those illusions were performed? Perfect. I'm going to show you right now. Now for the secret. Are you guys ready? There it is. You see it? You don't see it? Well, that's because it's invisible. Invisible elastic thread, to be exact. I'm actually wearing a bracelet of it right now. We're going to get a little bit closer, and I'm going to show you guys more in depth of how this is going to work. Okay guys, this is an invisible elastic thread bracelet, more popularly known as loops. I don't know if you can see this, but I've got some extra light on it in hopes that you will be able to catch a glimpse of it. This is very light sensitive, so you got to watch your lighting situation if you're going to be using these. Now, I don't use the Loops brand loops created by Yamasika. I make my own because I like using a different thread because it's more invisible, although it may not be as strong. But this is it. I hope you guys can see it. This is what the ones that I made look like on the card there. I'll show you the back so maybe you can actually see them there if we can catch some light. But they're just small elastic thread bands that are tied in a loop. And if you want to pick these up, you can get them at Penguin Magic. They run about $10 for 5 of them, and you can pick those up and start practicing with them right away. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to a trick and show you guys how I performed the levitating bill. Now, because you really can't see these, I'm going to be using a rubber band in its place. So the way this is going to work is one side of your loop is going to go over this hand, and the other side of your loop is going to go over this hand. And because they're elastic, they really stretch to several times their length. So you really don't have to worry about breaking them unless you're being really forceful with them. Now you have to realize that these can only support up to a certain amount of weight. There is a breaking point, and you have to play around with them and be careful when you're using them so that you don't break your loops or your invisible elastic bracelets. But we're going to have our loop over top of our hands just like this. We're going to take out our bill, or borrow a bill. Now because the loop stretched so much, you're going to be able to freely move your hands about and no one's going to be the wiser. But you're going to take the bill, fold it in half just like that. Now with the loop in your hand, you're going to simply rest the bill right on top of that loop. Now you're not going to be able to see it. If you can't see it, then your spectator's not going to be able to see it. If you can see it, then your spectator may be able to see it. So be very careful about that. But you're going to simply rest it right on top of the loop and just briefly let it levitate for a second and a half maximum. In my opinion, levitations should be done very quickly, because if you've just got an object just floating around in the air, after a while it's going to become boring and they're going to know that you're using something to hold this thing up, and you don't want that. You want them to believe that what you're doing is actually magic. And loops or the invisible elastic bracelets are great for that, and I'm sure you guys are going to love them, so go out and get some. I may do a video showing you guys how to make your own. There is something called the $1 million knot, which is a way that you can tie your own loops. It's a good method, but I think my method is a little bit better and it's a little bit easier and more practical, so I'll probably show you guys how to do that. And in the future I'm going to show you guys some more tricks using the loops. But basically I'm going to set this up with the actual loop, and again, as I said, you can move your hands around. You can say, oh, I want to work up a little static, so rub it on your head and then place it right over top of the loop, and then just do your levitation, and then there you go, and just slip it right off of your hand just like that. It snaps back onto your wrist and you're ready to go. Instant reset. And that is how you levitate objects. Again, if you want to purchase these, go to penguinmagic.com. I will include a link in the description. They're going to run you about $10 for 5 of them. Be very careful with them and have fun, guys. Well, that's the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you'll be able to use this new information to add levitations to your routine. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe for more magic and Magic Revealed. Thanks for being awesome. See you guys next time.